Ian, I'll put it bluntly, in terms of it being the most disappointing possible start to the league campaign. How did you see it?
Yeah, any game you lose is disappointing. Opening day away from home, you've got an opportunity to go and show a good account of yourselves. We've never done it today. We were letting two criminal goals at shocking times in the game. That the second one in particular, because that knocks the stuffing out of you a little bit. But that's no excuse. There is no excuses. Like I said to the players, we have absolutely no excuses today.
How do you feel the kind of biggest problems were today? I mean, was it the physicality? Was it the inability to deal with set plays? Defensively, it just wasn't a pretty picture to watch.
Yeah, two set plays have undone us. First one, obviously, we get a block against us at the corner, but that's football. You're going to get blocked up. We try to work these things, but we'd be absolutely naive to think other teams aren't trying to do it. Second goal is bad a goal as you'll see probably all season from a defensive point of view, and there's a lot of things within that can eradicate the problem. The biggest one being communication. But again, it comes down to responsibility on the pitch, and we need players that are going to stand up, take responsibility. I'll take the responsibility for the result today and the performance that was put in. But that's to protect the players to a certain extent. But ultimately, physicality, we should be able to handle the physicality of Cove Rangers, because they're certainly not the most physical team in this league, that's for sure. But the game knowledge was way below the standard that's required to win games in this league. And the most disappointing thing for me is we just lack a bit of character. It's really frustrating. So we need to, like I said to you off camera, there is time for the flair players. They're under pressure, because we need guys that are going to run through a brick wall. When you see the amount of supporters we had up here today, and apologies to them for the way that we played and the way that we were in the game, because first half we were all right, and we were perhaps a little bit unfortunate to be behind. Second half we weren't.
You've mentioned previously about needing to get rid of a kind of soft centre and actually take games by the kind of scruff of the neck. Does today, your assessment's ongoing of the squad you've got, does today strengthen your resolve that there's actually a different type of player needs to come into the defensive line? Oh,
absolutely. We need someone that's going ahead and kick the ball. It's as simple as that, and tackle. I don't remember us putting in many tackles. We want to dip our toe in a little bit too much, and that's what you get with good footballers. It's very hard to get the balance of a really good footballer and the aggressive nature of the game, and you need that. You need it in there, certainly in the middle of your team, particularly in midfield and centre half. We look to be a bit tentative, and that starts to go around the whole team. When one or two players are tentative, it goes around everybody, and you've seen that with a couple of chances that we gave away. I did feel we had more chances in the game, but I also felt they had better ones.
Absolutely. In terms of the two lads that have come in and had their start today, what was your thoughts on their performance? It's quite late in the day that they've kind of joined us in terms of getting to know the squad. How did they do?
Yeah, done okay. Clearance for Ryan last night, so we threw him in today, so baptism of fire for him. Thought he done okay. I thought Kyle done okay as well, but a little bit blunt in front of goals at times. You've seen that. We had two great opportunities, one in the first half, one in the second. It's got caught between his legs, but there's no excuses. I've said that to players. We can go around the houses if we want. We can talk about game time, we can talk about fitness, we can talk about being away from home opening day. There's just simply no excuses, because the minute you give excuses, you've got no chance. We know it's not good enough. We knew it wasn't good enough on a few aspects, but ultimately responsibility falls on myself, which I take absolutely, but yeah, very frustrating at the moment.
What's the next steps for yourself and Scott in terms of resolving the deficiencies today?
Well, we work extremely hard this week on the dirty side of football, that's without the ball. We all want to have the ball all the time, we want to go and score goals, we all want to go and take men on. You can't do that until you learn the basics of working hard and the work rate. I felt a wee bit sorry for Aidan Conley at times on his side. He was working so hard to get the ball back, but in turn gets frustrated because he looks around and the rest of the guys weren't up to his level of work rate, and it's fair play to Aidan on that side of it, but then you take away his creative side of the game. So we have to get players in that can help each other and complement each other and pick the right mix for games. I said to players, don't even come near my door if you're left out next week, because I think after that today, every one of us has to take accountability.
We share your disappointment and we thank you for your honesty, and thanks for joining us.